When you're packing breakfast cereal like oatmeal and whatnot, what you want to do is you take some instant oats, and instead of using regular sugar, cut it. Mix it with like spice cake or banana bread cake or any kind of mix like that. And what you do is you just dip the oats in there, and then you put it in the bowl and you just mix it up, you know, 1 to 1 pretty much. And what this will do is not only will it add the sweetness that you need, but you'll also get other things such as the spices and the dehydrated egg, dehydrated milk, dehydrated oil, things of that nature that you need to actually keep the calories on. So keep that in mind. Now I did oats. You can also do this with instant grits, instant cream of wheat, things of that nature. So remember, you can either cut it with cake mix, or you can cut it with pudding. Anything that's going to add the calories, make it more sweet, and at the same time add enough flavor such that it's actually good, you know, because why spend $3 on, like, you know, apple cinnamon oatmeal when you can literally make 42 ounces of it at one time just by adding some cake mix or something like that for a fraction of the price. So I just wanted to drop that in there. Okay, out here. Okay, some of the bulkiest items you're going to have in your pack are Crocs and Nalgene's. So my answer to that is simple. Don't put them in your pack. What do I mean? Well, in speaking with the Nalgene's, as you can see, I have a key ring along the handle. I'll explain the key ring and the handle in a bit. And with the Crocs, instead of putting a securing strap here, because these will pop off, I've seen many Crocs just laying on the trail with this, you know, open. What I did is I went through the hose and I made a means of securing them, a hook or something. And what's good about this is I can still wear these Crocs with these securing pieces in place. Okay? Now, why this? And this is when I get to the second part. Okay, you want to wear it on the outside of your pack. So what you want to do is going right back to the key rings. These key rings are, I mean, they're priceless. If you can get a box of these, get them. And what you do is you get these right here. We call them D-rings in the military. I don't know what you guys call them. But these D-rings right here are also priceless. But keep in mind, you don't want to get anything cheap. If you get something for 50 cents and that little spring breaks, you're going to lose your stuff anyway. So what I do is I find a means of which to secure these rings to this. Okay? And what I have, what you see, is 4. I have 2 on the front, and I also have 2 on the side. Now, this is for the purpose of them. As you can see, the Crocs are now secured to the pack, and so are the Nalgene's. And keep in mind, the Nalgene's are empty. You don't want to have a full Nalgene hanging on your pack like that. Now, the reason why we have these little rings here is simple, because when this piece right here gets frozen and then thaws out, frozen and thaws out, it will become brittle. So the purpose of the ring is to cut down on the friction, okay? And it does work, but keep in mind, you want those to ride empty. Now, when you're looking at the Crocs, with this right here, you can actually omit this piece right here, and you can just go straight to the clamp and the ring, which makes the rings priceless. But if I ever need this for something, I can always grab it and just secure my Crocs to the ring. Okay? Now, for the record, I always ride with what's called a rain fly. And I do that for any number of reasons. The first reason is when you actually, let me show you. Now what you're looking at is a clean pack. You don't have anything hanging off or anything. And this pack, actually, this rain fly, it doubles as one big pocket, and I'll explain that later. But when you're going in the woods and stuff, you know, you're going to have branches and everything hitting at your pack. And when you have things hanging off, what's going to happen is the branches and whatnot, they're just going to rip whatever you got hanging on your pack off. This way, everything is streamlined. There's nothing to get hung or caught on anything. The pack is secure and it's tight. Now, when you're walking, this is going to be to your back. So let's say you get hot or something like that and you want to take your coat off, you can just shove it right in there and put it right back and keep on walking. So this rain fly is in effect one big pocket. You can use it for anything. This D-ring right here, this is essential as well, because in many times you're going to have to like clamp your pack on things, you know, whether it's hanging in a shelter or just hanging on a piece of wood. This is alright, but this is better for easier access, and you're having friction on the metal piece, and not this, because you really don't want that to break. So that's something to keep in mind. When you get down to the belt itself, okay, I also have a D-ring here, and that's for things such as gloves to keep them readily available. And I'm also making use of the straps because this is weight that doesn't have to be carried on your back. You know, you can have a little something. This is my camera case. And now one more thing, this thing right here, this is what you call a P38. Okay, it's a P38 and a P77. I got them secured right now, but these are military can openers. You can get them for like, I don't know, 50 cents. I'm telling you, they're worth their weight in gold. Sometimes you're going to get hikers, day hikers, they'll come through and they'll leave cans of stew, cans of fruit and everything, and I've seen hikers get medieval trying to open them cans with rocks and everything else when this is all you need right here, P38. So I do recommend you pick up one of those as well. Okay, and on the straps, the part that go across your body, as you can see again, we have more rings. We have the rings here. Now, this is what I was telling you about the whistle. This is where the water will be, this little piece right here where the water tube will be, and that's like right at around shoulder level. This is where the whistle is, right across like I said it should be, and it's attached. So I can just simply pull this out and use it, and it's perfect. It's secured, it can't fall, and it's secured via the rings that I've spoke of, and with enough tension on this chain I can use it and I can drop it. And when I'm not using it, in this case, it can be secured right here under the strap itself. So keep that in mind. Alright. And one last point. So I guess you could say the question is, how do you know if you have too much weight? Well, I'll tell you like this. You should be able to curl your pack at least once. What does that mean? Observe. If you can curl your pack, then what that means is if you miss a step, if you slip or something, and in your body and its natural reflex motion goes left or right, you have enough power, the pack is not so heavy that you can't self-correct without doing injury to your body. So because you can curl it, and because of given the ratio of the muscle mass and everything that's in your arm, and you translate that to your back when you got your leg muscles and everything like that, as long as you can curl it, you'll be fine. You can literally fall with your pack, and it's not enough weight such that, you know, I mean, nothing's 100%, but it's not enough weight such that the body won't be able to compensate for the weight and roll, or it won't be able to. The body will be able to compensate for the weight when it's trying to self-correct. If you put yourself in a situation where you can't curl this, then wherever this pack goes, your body's going to go, and you're going to be like a rag doll, and that's when you're talking about injury. So keep that in mind. The more you can curl it, the best you are. I can probably get this 3, 4, 5 times, but I don't have water and I don't have food. But in the end, I'm going to be able to curl this at least once. And I recommend you be able to do the same out here.